Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here in the lovely World of Raccoons with me, Vanillaraccoon. Heyo! We are currently staring at stone brick blocks with also mossy stone brick blocks, and we have vines growing on the mixture of stone brick blocks and mossy stone brick blocks. And that is because I wanted to start off this video by, spilling to you guys some education so you can learn something from this video aside from getting your build on. So in the previous episode, the previous episode was more like a little showcase of what we had built here in the lovely World of Raccoons. But the episode before that, let's see, that was episode 63. So episode 62, one of the previous episodes from this lovely world, we had constructed Sparky's brewing stand, and in the comment section, Sparky had commented saying that some mossy cobblestone and mossy stone bricks would be a good addition to the foundation. And that is very true. We are in a swampland biome, so of course it would be ideal to go ahead and place said blocks. But I wanted to really dig in and do some research on how moss grows, what different types of moss there are, and for the most part, out of my research that I had conducted yesterday, which would be, I guess, the last day of April, which was Saturday, because this is now, upon recording, May 1st, 2016, Sunday. But yesterday, after doing some research, I basically came to the consensus that there are two types of moss. There is acrocarp, and then there is plerocarp. The second one is spelled out P as in pony, Leurocarp. If anyone can pronounce that word, GG. But anywho, basically acrocarp, it grows upwards. It's there. You could find this growing on branches, I think, if I remember correctly. Basically what I want to at least share with you guys, because this is not a moss informative educating video, it's just sharing you some knowledge that I learned off camera. Acrocarp grows upwards, whereas plerocarp grows horizontal. That's basically all you really have to know, is acrocarp grows vertically, going up and down, and plerocarp grows horizontal, left to right or right to left. But parts of the plerocarp may grow upwards, but for the most part it does grow horizontally, like it spreads outwards. So with all of that being said, I wanted to really just sit down and look at the foundation that we have, parts that were exposed along with parts that are in the ground. And this is where you're going to have to use your imagination. Oh, sorry, Rosebush. This is where you are going to have to use your imagination, where, for example, we have stone brick blocks, and then right here, I'm not sure how well you can tell, but we have mossy cobblestone brick blocks. So this, in regards to moss, would be the acrocarp, because it is growing upwards. It's growing vertically. Now, if we were to just look at these three stone brick blocks, these three mossy stone brick blocks right here, I guess we could say that this is plerocarp. That's how I cannot pronounce that word for my life, and I apologize if I am saying it wrong in multiple ways. But I guess what we could say is, if you see a block that has vines on it, that is the acrocarp moss. Whereas just looking at mossy stone brick blocks in itself, we can go ahead and say that that is the plerocarp, because, again, this is using your imagination. So because acrocarp grows vertically and vines obviously they may spread to adjacent blocks, but for the most part they grow downwards. But that's a vertical way, form, shape, whatever you want to call it. So again, another example of the acrocarp moss. And then right here we have a mixture of plerocarp. I do not remember from my research if the two can be found growing naturally. next to each other or within the same area. But I would imagine that they would, considering it is moss. So, oh wait, I wanted to place this grass block back because I wanted to just quickly remove it for the intro part. So, what we're going to be doing in this episode, aside from learning a thing or two about moss, is we're actually going to turn this down because earlier I was doing a UHC with the cool peeps over at Buddy's Craft, and those videos won't be going out until the next couple of days. So be sure to come back and check out the channel. Mr. Sir KB, aka Nobody's LP, aka Watermelon. He and I had teamed up, so be sure to also check out his perspective when his videos come out. But anywho, what we're going to be doing in this episode is, it's starting to get to be night, and that's, I think we can actually survive the night. We have our OP armor that's actually fully repaired. Thank you, mending. In this episode, you guys, we are going to actually be building a second house. Now, originally, when I was sitting here and just walking around this area, my original thought was I wanted to build floating houses because this is a swampland village that we are building. But then I thought to myself, I don't know if I like the idea of doing a floating swamp village. And by floating, I mean taking logs, placing them in the water, and having them come upwards, and then on top, no more skeleton horses, no more skeleton horses. But that would mean, come on, let's go sleep. And then on top of those pillars, we would then establish a foundation, and then from there, we would go ahead and build the house. Oh, man, sorry about that. My parents turned on the heater, so there is some dirty air, as I like to call it, blowing into my room. Whereas if the air conditioner was on, we'd have some cool, clean, fresh air blowing through. So, instead, what I'm going to be doing is, for the most part, this island like this right here, we also have another island over there where our nether portal is at. I'm not sure how well you can see it because it is behind the skeleton horses and their temporary stables that I had constructed because I was tired of having them cluttered on one island. So the idea that I have here, all right, is that I would like to have on each of these little individual islands, I want to have like a simple swamp house, much like the one we have over there. However, I would like for each house to have a unique, a unique feel about them, a unique look to them. I don't want to replicate the same house over and over. And I've already put some thought into the quote-unquote lore for the Swampland Village, and it is this. There's maybe like only a small amount of people that live in this Swampland Village. Because if you want to really sit down and think about it, a swamp may not be an ideal place for a community to live within. But there are those few people there are those few indigenous cultures, if you will, that may be able to live in such a terrain and survive for an X amount of time. So because we would have a small amount of indigenous people living here, we're not going to have that many houses. However, on that island, because it was where I wanted to establish my main base of operations at, I wanted to just go ahead and build a small, simple little house. However, on this island here, I think I'm going to actually build 2 houses. However, they are not going to be large in size. I think I'm going to actually stick... Where are my dark oak logs? Here we go. I think I'm going to stick with the idea of building within a... Hold on, let me just temporarily place this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Building in a 5x5 grid like this. And then from here, we'll fill in the walls, add on the roof and such. So let me go ahead, play around with different designs for how I want these houses to look. Again, they will, in some aspects, they will in some aspects resemble what we have over there for our simple swamp house. But again, each house that I build over here will have their unique look to them. So let me go ahead and get my build on, and I'll see you guys in a moment. I tell you guys, I just don't know what it is I'm going to be doing with all of these skeleton horses. Again, we have 23 skeleton horses. What is a man to do with 23 horses, let alone horses that are of the undead? Also, I have chorus fruit growing over there. For now, at least, that's going to be my chorus fruit farm. Eventually I'll expand it probably more inland away from the swamp, because I did this over at the ancient Mayan city, where just to give it that exotic look, I placed chorus fruit in various random spots, and I don't want to do that over here because it would not suit the swamp village theme that we are going for here. But it's time for a progress update, everybody. So, this is what we have in regards to the houses. Now, I will admit, I was in my zone. I was in my builder's mindset. I had my builder's mindset going on, and I was actually really close to just going full-blown pig and getting my build on, and then not realizing, oh, I forgot that I wanted to come back and record a progress update. But I managed to catch myself, stop myself, and ooh, the sun is getting ready to set. Oh, that beautiful, beautiful blocky sun. Anywho, I have some crops growing along over here. Over here we have carrots, and then over here we have wheat growing. Now, the reason why I'm really going pig in regards to growing carrots is because I would like to try and brew as many night vision potions as I can, so that way, aside from just getting my build on in this swamp village at night, I can do so and see, as opposed to lighting up this area with torches. And that is because another reason why I decided to start my new small project in a swampland biome is because I would like to actually acquire a fair amount. No, not even a fair amount. I would like to harvest all the slime that I can. And I'd like to be able to do so while building at night, so then the slimes can spawn in. But I don't want to lower the chances of slime spawning in by torching up the place. So that's kind of why, like I said, I want to brew as many night vision potions as I can. So let's go ahead and discuss our progress update that we have going on here. And actually, I'm trying to close the one vent that is beneath my desk here. So what we have going on is, obviously, like I said, our houses over here would resemble that of the simple swamp house that we have over there. But what we have going on that's different, at least for the interior part, is we are using trap doors. And again, not again, I don't think I stated it at all in this video. I am using the B-Dubs resource pack made by YouTuber B000100, and that is why I am using trapdoors. Obviously, as you guys can tell, they have a spruce wood door texture to them. Now, if you were playing in just plain old vanilla Minecraft texture, or you were using a different resource pack and this doesn't look good to you, you can just go ahead and slab it up. But the reason why I'm using trapdoors is because down here is where our crafting table is at, along with our double chest that we have beneath the bed and then in the floor. And this is just to give us as much storage as we can, because this is a close quarters, small interior to build within. It's a 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's a 3x3 space that we have to work with, and when you're building in a small environment, you want to implement as much as you can, but you want to make sure that it's also it makes sense, and it's also easy to have access to. Now, what we have going on over here is sort of the same thing, where we're really digging down into the ground and Actually, no, we don't have a double chest here. We just have our crafting table right here. We have an anvil on top of that. We have a double chest, again, beneath the bed. Then we have one trap chest and one single chest. I could have ideally done the exact same thing that we did over here, having a double chest in the ground and then a double chest beneath the bed, but that would be too repetitive in my opinion. Granted, we are working with only 2 houses here. I don't want to, that would be too repetitive for me. And then we have furnaces here. Each of these furnaces have a total of 32 coal within them, and I tried to sort of mirror the way that I placed my spruce fence posts here, so that way if you were to look at this and then look over here, it would look mirrored, but I also did at the same time spice it up and just mix it up as well. So because I think at this point now this Let's Play video is coming to be at 15-16 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another cut. And I'm just going to finish up the roofs. I may do a pathway leading up from where you're going to be making landfall from shore and leading up to each of these houses. Or I may just do the roofs and leave it at that and then finish up this small island bit off camera. So I'm going to see you guys in a moment, and then I guess that'll do it for this video. This is what I'm talking about. Look at you, little fella. And you're dead. And from that little guy, we got 2 slimes. Okay. So this is pretty much what I'm going to do in regards to the roof. This is the finished product. I have yet to finish this one, but I am starting to run out of time because I do have to record another video that I would like to get up today because it is the first Sunday of a new month. And like I stated a couple months ago, on the first Sunday of every new month, I would go ahead and record and then upload soon after doing so the channel update that I do. Yeah, I have a monthly channel update series, I guess you could call it, where I let you know what's going on with the channel, any changes that I would like to make, and also any changes that may come in the near future for that month. So, and I have some stuff I'd like to talk about in this channel update for the month of May. But anywho, you guys, this is what we have. Now, obviously, this looks pretty clean cut, right? Right. But what I'm going to do here now is I'm actually going to do some magic, all right? We going just to continue with this little curve that we have going on. I was going to say hook, but that's not it. To go with this curve, if you want to call it that, where it goes oop and then goes where it swoops upwards and then goes straight down. Let's go ahead and make a day because I don't want to talk over the rain and I don't want any more skeleton horses to spawn. I have enough of them already. Blech. Tongue twisted am I. Yes. So again, to go with this, why don't we go ahead and cut this out right here. Okay, that's looking pretty decent. And then I think I know where I want to place the next one right here. Yes. Now, one thing that we could in theory do is we could go ahead and place a dark oak log right here and continue to bring it upwards like so. Now, I'm trying to think if I really want to. Okay, I'm going to try something on camera with you guys real quick. What if we just go ahead and bring it up ever so often like this, too high up, leaving one and actually no, that's 2 whole faces exposed. Okay, we can do something like that. If only we could have log slabs. I know that sounds weird to say, but think about it. You could take a log, cut it in half, but still have the same texture and the rings going on. Just place it on top of here. That would be so cool. If anyone over at Mojang is watching, please consider it. I know it's a weird thing to ask for, but come on. You have a sandbox game, and you have us limited to what kind can you. There we go. You're limiting our potential for building by just keeping these blocks and adding stuff that we may not really need or even want. So anyway, getting back to our building phase. I'm trying to think, because I don't want to have any solid blocks placed upwards, and then when you go into the house, you look up and go, oh, that's that solid block. Huh, what's holding it up? Because that really wouldn't make any sense, at least to me. But, ooh, hello. I think that'll do it for this side. Now, let's go ahead, excuse me, and let's just now, at this point, I want to place this over here just so I can do so off camera, get up there easily, temporarily place those there as well. Now, to go with this, why don't, do we have a curve? Yes, we do. Okay, I don't know. That may be too repetitive. Then again, we do have this one coming up right here, and then this is going too high up as well. Jeez. Let's go ahead and bring this back into our hotbar so that we can easily swap them out. Thank you, Minecraft 1.9. See, that's what I don't want to do, because right here, if we remove it, then, you know, you're going to come inside of here and be like, well then, well, you can't really tell, can you, what's a stair block and what is a whole block? Okay, we'll have to do some magic off camera, and then in the next episode, we can go ahead and just quickly cover what it is that we had done here. I'm trying to think if I like how that looks from afar. Oops. Let's go ahead and just place one more spruce plank, although we have a spruce plank right there. Oh, let's take a step back. Even if we have to dip in the water. Oh, well, you know what? This is a nice angle. If you can hear the squeaky chair, type in the comment section, #squeaky chair. So, I think that's going to do it. This is what the overall house is going to look like for the community that lives over here. I know I said originally that I wanted the houses over here to somewhat resemble what we have going on over there. And I guess you could say in a sense they do when it comes to the frame of the house going 5x5 with a 3x3 on the inside. Of course, though, on the interior part, it does look quite different from the house that we have over there. But I think overall this is good for a finished product. This is still a work in progress, but it's basically going to, the roof is going to look like what we have over here, but I'm going to mix it up with the planks, stairs, and so on and so forth. So, what do you think, Moo and Bald Sheep? #bald sheep for the win. What do you guys think? You think that's going to do it for this episode? I think so too. Meh, moo to you guys as well. So if you like what you see, then please give that like button a hug and subscribe for the latest buzz. And if you had a blast with a good laugh, then make sure you favorite this video and share it with a friend or two. But until next time, peeps, this is Vanillaraccoon. Peace out.